What's going on, guys? It's Lady B. I've got some very big news that I want to talk about, and I've got an incredible war for you, INTZ versus X6tence. Now, it's been a very exciting week because the update did drop earlier this week, and with the war that we watched tonight, INTZ versus X6tence, we really are getting to see from some of the top players where this meta is starting to shift and where base building needs to go. Now, Marinol's hit is a prime example of how base building needs to immediately adapt. And as you watch this war, keep in mind that this attack really takes advantage of a lot of weaknesses in a base. With this new lightning housing change, it makes a huge impact. Now, while I'm just showcasing a war for you guys, rather than actually specifically talking about bases for this one, we talk a little bit about it during the live stream, but I will be doing more videos coming up, talking more about the strategies to come and the meta and why things are working. And with that, I'm very excited to tell you guys some big news for me. So you might have seen it on Twitter. I don't know if you saw the announcements, but I will be joining the ESL World Championship team, so I'll be part of that team, bringing those broadcasts to you. But you won't see me this month. I will be joining for the month of July, but very excited for this. I will be joining the likes of Carbon, Woody, Mr. Banks, Judo, and even Clash with Eric. So this is some exciting stuff to come, and they actually kick off. I'm recording the night before, so these are going to kick off today as I drop the video this morning. We're going to get to see the very first World Championship qualifiers with ATN going up against Tribe Gaming. So massive, massive first matchup. You guys are definitely not going to want to miss that one. But back to the video that we have at hand. That is INTZ against X6tence in the LIC, the League of International Clans quarterfinals. And again, keep focus on these attacks, on, not even just the ones that made it happen, but some of the incredible fails. Fails we can learn a lot from. We can see what needs to change in those attacks to help move it along, but equally we can see some really nice solid openers that fall apart, but you still get some incredible value. So at the end of this, let me know what you think of the war. Let me know what you think of the new meta. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see all these incredible attacks and wars to come and so much more as we get ready to head into some more World Championship qualifiers. And again, I'll see you guys starting in July for that. Ooh, we got Michuo coming in. Oh, I did the poll. Oh, yeah. Did I do the poll? Yeah, I did. Hold on. Vala. Getting that gifted sub from Huss. Thank you, Huss. Can we get some extra love in the chat? Okay, so we've got Michuo coming in. I'll tell you the poll results. Hold on a second because I don't want to interrupt. What's going on. You guys and gals and ladies. I just say guys, okay? This is like, guys to me is gender neutral. Hey guys, what's going on? INTZ, 64%. You guys are saying INTZ is going to get it. Okay, bring it in. Now I'm focused. Too much going on. Okay. Bringing in the Queen charge. Hybrid. Queen's got great pathing to that town hall, working around some of the outside of the base. King lines up a great funnel here for her. Now, we do have the sneaky... the super wall breaker to come in and actually push his queen a little bit deeper into the base to be able to take out the scatter shot, eliminating two big threats to the hybrid. And that means the warden ability can be used coming in at a really, really good point in the space because we've got the eagle and the scatter shot right next to each other up on that top side of the base. So the warden ability can be used coming in just about where that queen chamber is, where they're taking on a lot of that heat and a lot of the impact. Now, perfect placement for the queen. If she can continue to carry on, ability will force her to work around the outside of the base and take care of the cleanup from the opposite side where the hybrid is working through. But no, she crosses over, she goes for the cannon, and she's going to continue to work towards the inside of the base, beating on the walls. This is her favorite pastime here. So hybrid with a nice path through. Warden ability goes off again to keep them safely through that queen chamber, because that's where they take on the most amount of impact, coming in with the expos, with the scatter shot, and with that eagle that's already raining down on them. One more heal to get through this back end. This is pathing very well. Queen, where did you go? You decided to go back outside the space. So a little backtrack here, but we still have the wizards working along with a few of the miners. Now the RC is definitely wreaking havoc here along with those skellies, but with the queen still alive, it's not gonna, it doesn't matter. It's not necessarily enough here unless, queen's gonna die out to the single. No, there's no timing whatsoever to make this work. Pavu getting that gifted sub from Hoff. Can we keep that love going in the chat? So miners were not able to turn back around, get to that single IT. And obviously they would have had to have contended with the RC, and that would have been still a little bit too much heat. It was a great first push through, but just unfortunate to see it fizzle out. Hi, Vala. What's going on? How are you? Are you ready? Vala, are you ready for this weekend? Creek and Clash coming in with the 500 biddies. So 90% to start. Not a bad way to start off if you're not going to pick up the triple, but bringing in a fairly reasonable percentage. Huss coming in with another 169 biddies. Thanks, Huss. Some more love in that chat. What's going on? New news. Hi, Moo. How are you today? Don 4, rooting for INTZ. Yeah, the majority of you guys said INTZ was going to get the win, but we'll see if Existence can hold them back. We have seen Existence hold back on defense in many wars, but is this going to be the one? Celinho coming in, and he can ruin everything here. He could with just one attack. Sepher, thank you for the follow. So Celinho coming in. Ooh, we've got 7 lightning spells and a quake. Jules, thank you for the follow. So coming in to take down the CC, but looking to pick up a little bit more value. So we shifted a little over to the sides, gets that knocked out. The 7 lightnings and the quake takes on that CC. Now the expos don't go down, but they are fairly damaged. So it means it won't take as much time, power to take down. Sui entry to pick up a little bit more value here. And this is a beautiful corner to come in from. Really gutting out this base with just the Sui and lightning alone. Look at that. Single wall break gives a queen access to the eagle and to a scatter shot here. RC helping out in that corner, but not quite enough to continue through. RV Puma, thank you for the follow. So queen needs to take on this enemy queen. Not enough to get it done. Do we have anything to help save this? With the queen still alive, my assumption is he likely, maybe, hopefully planned to bring in a dragon in that stone slammer to take on the enemy RC and the queen in the core of the base, because he didn't get them out with those lightnings. Deshaun, thank you for the follow. Do we have 1080p milkshakes? No, I didn't set it up today. Sorry. It was a rush to get set up for streaming. Pano, thank you for the follow. So we do have this shaped up nicely. Nothing, though, to take on that queen. Queen and RC should have been taken down with those lightning spells. Chaos, what's going on? You guys are sending in the hype. Chaos coming in with 1,000 biddies. Lila, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Creek and Clash coming in with another 100 biddies. You guys are going ham today. No more rushing. Me? Wait, Puma, did Puma come in with a... Hoff coming in with the gifted subs. I'm sorry, I'm like on autopilot here. So this is a big defense, and this is what I was saying. We have seen Existence defend well. My sugar daddy's in the house. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Make it rain. Oh, LadyB's sugar daddy. So Selena trying to recover a little more percentage here because we do have that 90% from Machuo, which now sits Existence in a very nice position overall in percentage. So they can easily continue moving forward if they pick up that trip here and try and keep INTZ back. It's nice to have those early leads. Hi, Jishan. I'm good. I'm doing well. How are you today? What's going on, sugar daddy? How are you? I have no idea who my sugar daddy is. Who is my sugar daddy supposed to be? Wassman's just the daddy. He's too broke for the sugar. Oh, Michael coming in. Hoff is your sugar daddy, apparently. Apparently, Puma. Hi, Ederson. How are you? Rooting for INTZ here, but we are off to a good start for Existence on this one. Michael, and if you guys don't know LIC, you are going to see a mix between ground and air because it is required. For this particular league, you need to put in, each clan needs to have 3 air attacks and 2 ground attacks. So it makes it very interesting, but we've got 2 teams that actually do this very well. Now coming in with the Suilalo Headhunter to work its way in, help give that extra little push towards the heroes in the core of the space. It gives that nice extra bump moving along as the Sui paths in. This really is a nice opener here because you can see it shapes up a base very similar to a way that you would do a queen charge, knocking out this entire quadrant. And more importantly, I gotta say, more importantly, actually taking out some key defenses. Eagles down. Oh my goodness. Such smooth pathing created here. Now, Warden ability is going to have to keep everything coming safe past those scatter shots. We do have the blimp that comes in for the town hall. But man, this is a big push through. Freeze to hold off this last remaining scatter shot, so he doesn't lose out this massive pack of loons that he still has left over. Very smart to hold on to a couple of back end loons to bring in for that Troll Tesla, but also for the Archer Tower. Skelly's coming in, take on that single IT. Absolutely beautifully executed here from Michael. Plenty of time on the clock, and I like how he's already spread out that cleanup, so he didn't actually run the risk. But can we really appreciate the fact of that insane Sui charge? Really, really nice hit. We haven't seen any Zap Quake yet. We did see a Zap Quake, but I don't think the value was intended. Now there's a lot of shift in meta right now, a lot to actually catch up on with what these guys are doing. But we did have, was it Seleno? I think it was Seleno who came in with the Zap Quake to take on the Town Hall, but I think he had intended to take on the RC and the enemy queen as well. Niles, what's going on? Michael was never in INTZ? I don't know. INTZ is Michael Brazilian? Various, thank you for the follow. Yeah, INTZ's like always been Brazilian. So I don't think so. Let's give some love to that again. Give some love to Michael on that one. I do want to, we can take a look at the Zap Quake if you want to see. We're not going to have too much time though for actually for reviews, because we have to head pretty much straight into the next war after this. We've got that hype. What is going on? We've got so much hype coming through. You guys are incredible today. Thank you. Existence's old Team Queso. Okay, quick look through here before we have the next live come in. So the Headhunter was down, coming in. Look at that damage that she deals. Love it. And it's a nice little assist there because it keeps everything moving forward. Just adds that little bump and gives more value coming in for just Shibulumi, if I miss it. I'm trying to pay attention to both and split my eyes. for the live, but gives a little extra push here for the heroes. But that RC ability, doing nice work, taking on some additional defenses right along the outskirts. Huge, huge value just in what this pathing created alone. Nice big push in. We did have the headhunters that came out, but still was able to really pull through here. And the Warden survived. Had to get that Warden ability off just because we had that RC coming through. So really nice timing on it. I think Michael was very aware of what was going on. So we've got Rainan coming in. And bringing in the Yeti Blimp to knock out the corner of the space. Now, we see Yeti Blimps do this because it helps create a lot of pathing and it can eliminate a lot of defenses that a Queen, a Warden don't necessarily want to have to path around. So it gives a nice good funnel here and picking up some nice key defenses along the way. And for the Queen portion of this, we've got the Queen and Warden actually working together. A nice duo walk here. What's going on, Ari? How are you? Is there any other match after this one? Yeah, we've got 2 more matches to go. So after this, we're heading into CWL Esports Finals for the qualifiers. And that's going to be Clash against Dark Clouds. And then we've got Evil Witches. We're going to see if the ladies are going to be able to push their way into the league this season. But they're facing off against Cosa Nostra. Really nice pathing in so far. But I do worry about the Stray here because the King's on the outside of the base. So we are going to see the Yetis working their way around. But he can still continue to push us through with the jump heading over the scatter shot chamber there. So it does still continue on a nice direction. King continuing to take the lead. Just needs to get ahead. Works out really well here for Rainan. And you said this is Cavarudo? Very nice pathing. The King continues on his way. Full health here. He's gone. He's gone a quarter of the way around the base. Still full health. So he's going to do an excellent job of the cleanup along the outside here. Yetis are still in a great position. And lots of Yetimites on their backs. Now, with the style of this base, they've got access to everything here. Everything is reachable. Rainan saw a massive weakness in this. That was a beautiful opening here. Just wrapping around the corner, bringing in the Queen for the assist because it was way too much for the Warden to take on. The Warden has such great range and he can stay out of line of a lot of damage. But if you're bringing him in and he's going to start getting threatened to take on too much, you gotta worry about it. So he brings in the Queen for the assist there, which does some powerful work. And a beautiful funnel straight in over the core of that base. So we've got it tied up again, but we do have existence overall with the percentage. And this continues to put the pressure on existence to get those triples in because they do not want to give any leeway to INTZ. Not one bit. Because they know that INTZ could quickly turn the tables around and take that lead. Yeah, very patient on that one. Patience is so key anytime you're doing funneling, you're doing your Queen charges, your Warden walks, because you have to go for the value you want. And you have to not think about the clock, but at the same time, you have to think about, I got to get my attack going. You have to know at what point to turn around and say, okay, it's time. You can't do a 3-minute Queen charge like LadyB and then send the hogs in. Am I looking forward to Worlds? I am, Jules. Yeah, I really am. So I still have a month to prep, which is good, especially because there's all this new meta coming in. So it's going to give me time to really see what's going on in the game. And it's going to change a lot over the next few weeks. So, I'm nervous. I'm definitely nervous. And you're talking about the likes of Judo and Carbon up there who are the best at commentating and breaking down attacks. So definitely some big shadows to be standing in, but I'm humbled and I am very excited. So Allen bringing in the Sui Lalo here, already using the lightning to pick up some good value and taking that queen down already. Got some good work along the way. Ice Golem to tank for the RC here. Queen working her way in to take on the single. Now for the Sui Lalo, we will see this pathing narrowed out quite a bit coming in from that Town Hall side and looping around straight to the core of the base where we do have the Eagle remaining. RC unfortunately not getting the enemy RC down. No skellies to take that on, so he's not seeing exactly what he wanted to out of it, but there's still the chance of having the dragon in there to do some good work. Like the placement of the Stone Slimer here to actually come in and tank for the scatter shot so the loons can sweep their way into the Town Hall. Very smart because it can take on that heat where the loons can't, so he doesn't have to worry so much about them on this entry. Warden ability gets everything safely through, and with that quick turn of the scatter shot, they still survive, but nice quick reflexes to drop the freeze so he can get the main pack. Ooh, he still loses out on a massive portion of these loons and nothing to come in to take out that RC. That was the main target there for his enemy RC to take on, and it did not happen. So with that value lost, are we going to be able to see this have the opportunity to recover? Pups are going to surround the RC, but she's going to try and pick him off one by one. That back end Lalo portion here that was remaining, not enough to give him what he needs. So minions are going to sweep around to try and pick up some more percentage. The bigger problem here is they've given INTZ the opportunity to try and pick up a star lead here. Yeah, those loons. Those poor loons. May they rest in peace. But Seleno definitely doing him dirty. Allen continuing to pick up just a little bit more percentage. We might just see that 81% here. Archer just gets it done. Carbon and Judo are your shadow now? No. Gosh, no. You think I improved a lot over time? No need to hide. It's still, it's still intimidating. And that's not to mention just the experience itself. That's a lot of people watching. I know how panicked I was for the Town Hall 12 live event. My goodness. I was shaking the entire time. But that was in the studio. I'm glad I get to do this from the safety of my own home for July. Hi, Guilherme. How are you? Hi, Jim. I saw your message. I'm going to get back to you tonight. She's a shrimpy, smaller shadow. Okay, so we've got air coming through. Who runs air? This is, I get confused with a lot of the accounts, especially now streaming for so many players. I've got a garbage memory these days. I'm never going to deny that. Never going to deny that. I need notes before I stream just to remember who's who. In life, I need notes before somebody walks up to me. Oh, yeah. Hey, Joe. What's going on? Oh, so air bringing in the hybrid here. Guilherme coming in with that resub. That's Loop? Ah. So Loop does have another account. Okay. Awesome. So Ozzy with the hybrid then. Wall breaks open that chamber to give the queen access rather than having to force her way around. We still have one more wall break, which ideally could push a queen into the scattershot chamber and reach that eagle. Queen struggling, but not enough to have to force that ability. Just help skate her by. Nice loon to take on that AT and continue this queen pathing where he wants it to go. So the hybrid's going to come through from that Town Hall side of the base as the queen works her way through, getting to the scattershot and eagle. So nice big value on that. And we now have the hybrid underway. This hybrid will not take on too much impact because no more eagle raining down on it. We've got the heal to get through, ideally. That scatter chamber just leading into it, but equally, we're going to have... we already have the assist of those hugs that came through. Wizards beating on a wall here, but that heal keeps them nicely safe coming into the impact here, but the freeze holds it off just long enough to keep that moving forward. RC with the ability here is definitely going to do some good favors, and we've got a ton of miners and enough hogs left over to get this done. And despite the queen not surviving, there should... let's see the splits we get. He lost a lot of wizards due to the single IT. Gets a little bit of a split here, but they need to continue their pathing up. 30 seconds. Ugh, this is unfortunate. This was actually good position to be able to drop something, but we still have the archer covering. The archer tower. That queen really needed to do just a little bit more work. A nice try. A great plan. But ultimately a time fail on that one. Yeah, nothing left to really suffice for the cleanup. Not invincible. Yeah, I guess he has a weakness here. He has a weakness. And with that defense keeps Existence in the lead again on percentage. So they continue to narrowly hold strong here. I mean, it's close, 7-7. When you're tying up against INTZ, it is gut-wrenching. How is that a time foul? Because he didn't get enough value out of that queen. When we see these hybrids, more times than not, you really want your queen moving along. And it's not to say that you need your queen moving along, but it was just a big spread out of the base. And don't forget the fact that the wizards, we had those wizards that were there from the siege barracks that got hung up on the wall, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do, and that was take care of the cleanup. So we lost all that movement moving through into the raid. So everything that was supposed to continue wrapping around to keep the hybrid path directly for the defenses and that inside of the base fizzled out, didn't give him what he needed. So 1 and 2 must use air, 3 and 4 ground, etc. Says Dreza. Be interesting if the position on the map. It would be like it didn't matter. Like wherever you wound up, you were stuck with that instead of having to choose. That would be kind of interesting. Okay, we've got Fed coming through. Pressure's on again, because if they want to guarantee holding on to this lead, it means picking up the triple. So you've got the Quake down. Lightning down, knocks out the eagle in that core of the base. Scattershot doesn't go down, but it's loosened up a little bit. K2O Diesel, thank you for the follow. One scattershot is down though. The other just hanging on here. So we're seeing a lot of lightning. I'm so glad. I am so glad that they did this, because it really adds a nice variety to air now. But we still have the CC remaining, so he has to be mindful of this. Queen picking up that easy value, taking on the Town Hall, which means the Warden ability can be used coming through this raid. Most likely where that scatter shot is, but we will see. Starting at this pathing up a little bit higher, it looks like. RC coming in to take on the enemy RC. The Ice Golem tanking for her, helping out quite a bit. That was a perfect timing on that freeze to help that RC get through this and even get a shot off. To help, again, loosen up some of these defenses here. So Lalo coming in right towards that scatter shot. Easy cleanup along the 3 to 2 o'clock side of the base for those minions. Not too much targeting. It just has to be mindful of that AD. Stone Slammer to actually work its way through and push in towards that scatter shot. Warden ability. Oh, Warden, what are you doing back there? Sweeps back up. It's able to get that ability off. Air Sweeper was doing some nice work pushing him back, but gets back on track here. A couple more loons. Not going to be needed for the outlying defenses, but can actually come in and help distract for that back end AD potentially. He's doing okay on time. We have the dragon wrapping around the base here, coming in for the mortar, doing that tanking there. And look at that haste that gets a beautiful sweep and push in. They go for the AD, which is exactly what they want. But they still need to get that single down. We've got a little reinforcement coming through. Melvin, thank you for the follow. Thank you for all the follows coming in. Not enough steam to get that single down, and there was no more Warden left to help out. That Inferno drag, absolutely. He's on the map, still wrecking through. I mean, I honestly wasn't sure about how great the Inferno drag would do on defense. We've seen the Headhunters really carrying strong. But we are seeing some nice value in bringing that little guy, that Koopa Troopa in for the defense. So Marinol holds back Existence. And he still has a hit left to go. So he could turn this war around. And we still have Bernal. We've got Marinol and Bernal with the last 2 attacks remaining. He's just an air yeti. He took everything. He wiped that base. Do you have a big war this weekend, Moss? I haven't caught up. Do you have a big war? What's going on, Shrek? How are you? Hi, Darkside the God. You're from YouTube. Welcome. Are you on my... Oh, wait. Hi, Shiv. How are you? Wait, did I get it right? Is that Shiv? I know, we still got... It's going to be intimidating. You know, you got Marinol and Bernal to attack last. Whew. They're going to be hoping for some defense, and it's Marinol. Ugh. Marinol trying to see if he can now get like one nail, that very first nail in the coffin, not the last one. Okay. Zap Quake to take on the CC and the Eagle. Oh my, these Zap Quakes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, you've got to watch your bases where you're putting things so you don't have lightnings and quakes taking on that value. It's going to take some time to adjust. The guys this weekend for the World Championships have got to be working really hard on their base building and making sure that they're defending for these things here. So Sui entry picks up some nice value. But it would be nice to see the Queen actually work her way in and go for that single IT, the Wizard Tower, the AD, and the Air Sweeper. Not going to happen, but we still have the enemy Queen down. So not the end of the world. Queen will pick up just a little bit more, actually, especially with forcing the ability and getting her out of range of that single. See if she moves quick enough out of that radius. Still wants to be in it. Still wants to stay right there. Picks up a few more aligning defenses. So who cares about pesky Headhunters and Inferno Drags when you can zap out the CC? Haste some loons in. Easy fix there to take on that single IT. And everything coming right through. Really smart to take advantage of this base. You've got the ground bows right in the core there that do nothing, absolutely nothing to these loons. Rendered useless as he brings in the Stone Slammer to take on the Town Hall. Warden ability held on because he knows he's going to need it as everything meets up right over the Town Hall and that Gigabomb impact here. Great timing. And the timing with that haste keeps everything securely through that first shot of the scatter shot with the very last freeze to go down and ensure they take on no additional impact. Marinol coming in and doing what he does so well, and that's dropping the 3 stars. Aguila, thank you for the follow. I mean, some may say that's godly, you know? Some may say that's godly attacking right there. But it is very smart thinking on this base. And again, taking advantage of the weaknesses. That Eagle side by side to the CC, completely rendering that useless. And taking advantage of the fact that he's going in with air on a base, that he's taken out those key structures and brought in loons where they do nothing. Those expos, ground expos, do nothing to them. It is Shiv. What's going on? How are you, Darkside? You know, eventually I'm going to forget the name Shiv and you'll forever be Darkside. Yeah, Marinol is an absolute beast. Now, we still do have Rigo Torres to attack. We've not seen Rigo attack. So Rigo wants to pick up the trip here and try and ensure that if they can hold a defense, but it would be holding a defense against Bernal. Kev, thank you for the follow. So what do you guys say? Let's get a quick pull up. Let's get a quick pull up. Do you think Bernal is going to triple? Do you want to do a poll? Do you think Bernal is going to triple? Because let's say Rigo needs to pick up the trip here to try and keep his team alive. We've got INTZ switching gears, and that's what I was saying. You can't give INTZ any leeway in these wars. Especially when you have Marinol and Bernal hitting with those last attacks. What's going on, Jethro? Good to see you. Freak Zone says no. Let's get a new poll. Well, you know what? Let's wait. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how Rigo does. Lucifer, thank you for the follow. Rigo Lalo triple. No, Rigo's not going in with the Lalo. Rigo's going in with the Yetis. We've got the Yetis and the Headhunters. So Warden shaping up the pathing here. Jean Uzumaki, thank you for the follow. Did you see the new post that they showed the artwork and the concept artwork for the Headhunters? I thought that was so cool. They originally wanted to call it the Death Dealer. I think they should have called it the Death Dealer. I know Carbon likes the Hero Hunter, and I think that was an option in there as well. Ethan, thank you for the follow. I know Carbon keeps calling it Hero Hunter, but I like Death Dealer. So very patient with this Warden walk. And the Warden just taking on little impact at a time. This is what you have to be mindful of when you are bringing in that Warden for the walk, that he's not taking on too much damage all at once. Otherwise, you run the risk of losing him out, having to force the ability. So we saw an earlier one with the Queen added in, which I thought was very smart. So Witch is coming through to help with this pathing here. Little Yeti, Witch, Headhunter action. Oof. Holding on to those Headhunters. Should have an outline for those outlying heroes on the back end. See if that works alongside with the RC, but nothing stays in the core. Absolutely nothing gets in there except that Queen to take on the center of the base. Queen's forced her ability. Single still remains. Is it enough to get it out? No, but the Hogs come in for reinforcement along with the Loons. But the bigger problem here are those scatter shots. Look at everything pathing around this base. Rigo couldn't have asked for anything worse to happen on this one, but I like the recovery here, trying to send in this RC to take on what the Yeti Witch did not. But this still gives him some power. No freezes, I think, is the only problem I see here. Now, did we get the Headhunters in there successfully? Not yet. We've got one down. We've got one more. RC, unfortunately, not going to get it done. Really needed so much more out of her. And this means we've got the win for INTZ. A 2-star secures their victory. Rigo Torres. We saw him go perfect in the EWU. I mean, it is not very often that you actually see Rigo get knocked down by a base, and that was just unfortunate. I know. It's like there. I don't know that I've ever seen Rigo not triple. I agree with that. Let's take a quick look at that before we have Bernal's hit come in. Again, a 2-star wins the war for them. Easy peasy. Hi, Sam. Yeah, you didn't get that funnel set. It's a very, I mean, you've got all those storages. There's a little hasty sending in that pack and just did not get inside that base. Lost everything that was supposed to go inside. Now that likely would have wrecked this base getting inside the core. So Bernal bringing it in with that very last attack. Again, all he really needs to do is pick up that 2-star to win this war. But Bernal, He doesn't just set for that 2-star. He aims for the 3. And bringing in very last air attack. Got a little Sui. Lalo action. Again, I really like the use of these headhunters to really help with the openers, with the entries, and even for the back end. As we saw Rigo patiently waiting for, which unfortunately he didn't get as much as he wanted out of it because of that bad turn. So Queen continuing on, one more wall break to push her in towards the Eagle and Scattershot Chamber. Nice juncture break here, but does she decide to beat on another wall? Really? She decides to beat on another wall and go for the Eagle indirectly. Now, is it a bad position? She's going to take on the RC. Potentially. But she's also going to take on a lot of heat from the scatter here. So he sends in the Lalo, readjusts. Will she take on the RC? She's got the ability. She's working her way in. She may even take on the scatter shot, forces the ability. Oh, maybe not enough time. Not enough energy. Can she get it? Yes, she can. Oh, nice adjustment on that. And can we talk about what's left over here? Not a lot. Not a lot. Easy pathing. I mean, there is. It's 50% of the base. But with the pathing that's been created, it's got a good push. What did we have come out of that CC? Went down quickly. Went down smoothly. Loons still power through. And that king is still going around the outside of the base. There's that hound. Hound in that CC. No issues. Allows the king to continue on his way. Bernal. Told you, he doesn't set his sight to the 2-star. He goes straight up for that 3. Craziness. It's her design. Can't blame her. Look at the value from that queen. I gotta say, it was a nice adjustment. You know, I like that he adjusted it quickly. Very, very quickly. Unfortunate that the queen decided to beat on the wall, but she maybe picked up even more value on that. Excelius, thank you for the follow. Maybe picked up even, well, yeah, she did pick up more value because she took on that RC. So 11-13, we have INTZ moving forward.